welcome to the Huddle. We're back again this week. I'm your host, Mike Lay. To my left, we got.
JB in the building.
Charlie P on the corner.
Oh, I thought you were asleep, Charlie P.
Nah, I was
You know what I'm
pimping on the
saying?
corner like always.
Oh,
Oh.
you like always, huh?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're not promoting pimping. This week we have a very helpful and intelligent young lady by the name of Mudiwa Noel. She's an author and she's a teacher, and she's helping the youth out here. So we'll have her on in our next segment. So, fellas, real quick, a couple of things transpired since last week in the NBA playoffs.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
Cavs won today.
They
Uh,
needed to.
Jazz put the Thunder out, and they lost to Houston today, and then Boston won the Game 7. So the East honestly has been more entertaining than the West, in my opinion. What y'all think?
Yeah.
What y'all think about any of those games? I mean,
Well, the Wizards, they probably need to rebuild now because John Wall was injured. Then he came back. First battle, Bill was somebody everybody need to eat. They lost to Toronto. They should have beat Toronto. And now everybody like trusting the process of Philadelphia. Really? And then,
they don't have a process here in Washington.
should we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody need a process.
So we saying we rebuild?
Blow the team out.
Man,
Wow.
it's tough for them to do anything because
Got a lot of money
they
tied
got
up.
a lot of money tied up. So my thing is the Cavs. They'll play Toronto next, and Toronto got a lot more scores than the Pacers.
They do.
Way more. So that should be an interesting series to me. And Cavs barely made it out of this series. They actually
Would you
should
want
have
to see
lost
the
it.
Pacers beat the Cavs?
I want to see the best team win, and I thought the Pacers were the better team.
But do you think NBA will allow that to happen?
Obviously not, because they some calls didn't go their way, brothers. The calls didn't go their way.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying? We'll be right back after these commercials to get into the show, and we're going to introduce Miss Noel.
Well, how your feet look though?
Welcome back. We have our special guest for today, Miss Noel. My apologies, I got her name wrong. earlier. She is the author of the book, The Material Girl. So, how you? Oh, first of all, clap it up. Yes, appreciate you.
Okay.
Hey, only book. Okay, all right. So, so let me ask you a question real quick. Number one, because we're gonna get this straight out there. How can people purchase your book?
Well, there's multiple ways they can purchase my book. So if you're more into ebooks, you can go to Amazon. The ebook is available already on Amazon for the ebook. The actual physical book is available on my website, but you also will be able to get on Amazon by the end of the week. It will be on Amazon as well. So you just type in my name, Mudiwa Noel, and you'll have it.
Okay, so for all the people that are like me, because after college I don't care to read that often. But is this reader friendly for the
I think so. Well,
got the big print like the Jab?
Oh my gosh. Well, yes, it's fairly big print.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think that I made it as if it was a conversation. Most people that read the beginning of my book, they say it's really easy to read, because I tailor it to a younger population who doesn't like to read in the world that we have where everything's social media, everything's fast paced. You got audio books. So you don't really have to read technically. I wanted to make it where it would be inviting and interesting. And so most of the people that have read the feedback that I have gotten is just like it's a conversation, like someone's talking to them, like a narration. So I wrote it how I talk. So I mean it has
like a talking.
I wrote it so that it just could reach people and it doesn't have to be all fluff. It just straight to the point.
It sounds like you bought the 5,000 minutes back in the day on the cell phone. She was a talker. So.
More than likely.
So, tell us what inspired you to write this book?
Well, being as though I'm an educator, I didn't start off as being, I guess you could say, the most academic student. I guess Carl may know because we go back. But I was not a A student. I was like a straight C student, just to stay off of punishment.
You had to do the extra credits.
See, kids, you can be successful.
There's hope.
So I never liked initially. I told myself I didn't like school. School wasn't for me. But it wasn't that I didn't like school. It's just that I didn't understand my purpose and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So once I started to tap into my own personal goals and started to really realize what I'm good at, then I started to really enjoy the process of learning. And so in that, I think that's what made me write the book because I mentor so many young girls. And it's so funny that I'm at the Huddle. You guys talk about sports. It's like I do activities with my students and I ask them to set goals. And most of the prominent things that they talk about is say that they want to be like entertainers, sports, but none of them have any clear direction. And so I think that I was at that place. And so my book is really a self-help memoir that walks you through my journey of me finding myself, figuring out what I want to do, and being successful at it, and just making sure that it's a constant learn. Life is learning. You learn every step of the way through life, and just making sure people understand that you're never too old to learn, and you're never too old to go after your dreams. And so, giving people awareness of being more self-aware of yourself was really, really the goal of my book. And so, that's where it came about and why I think it's important.
Okay, Charles.
Yeah, okay. Based on what you just said, chapter 8 said friends versus no friends. Explain chapter 8. You just talked on that. Explain chapter 8.
Chapter 8. Okay, so chapter 8 is I had a lot of learning lessons from friendship.
Okay.
So I think any relationship, people discredit friendships as relationships. Friendships are actual relationships. They're your first way to learning how to be in a relationship because it's the one relationship that you really don't technically have anything to lose. But if you value it and you use it the right way, they can be beneficial to both parties. So I talk about how I learned about friendships and relationships and the bad friendships, the ones that were influencing me in the wrong way, and the friendships that I was influencing people in a negative way, and how to be a positive friend and be a resourceful friend, and about how friendships are not just a one-sided thing, and it's not just let's have fun. It's like what can we do to better each other? This is a beneficial relationship, and it transcends into male-female relationships and marriages, the same concept. So I basically tap into that in the book. I talk about that.
This is powerful. This book is very powerful. So if I just only spoke about chapter 8, I'm not going to tell you about the rest of the stuff I read in the book. Purchase the book.
There you
Matter of
go.
fact,
Smart,
my
smart.
young ladies I have, they gonna definitely purchase the book.
I'm about to say you got 2 daughters,
Yes.
Charlie. So you know.
And that's the reason why I asked about chapter 8. When I first read the book, I was like, wow, this is powerful. So I thank you.
Yeah, and what you find out is so funny because in education, the most fights we have is girl on girl fights, right?
Yes, it is.
And it's always about a guy or she said this or she doesn't like me. And so, but a lot of times they don't even understand why. What's the problem? What's the big issue? And sometimes because the person wants to be like them or be their friend, or it's a misunderstanding or lack of communication. And so I think a lot of things happen in relationships that we don't talk about. And to really help our young people out because in the generation we're in the media we have, everything's distorted. What you see is not always what you get. So.
So speaking of education, and I heard, heard you say, you had to find out how to learn and get into it and everything. After reading your bio, you got a lot of degrees. So you figured out the learning thing pretty good. How many degrees are you going to get?
Well, I have one more to get. I'm actually in the process of getting. I'm getting my PhD in instructional leadership for a change of population.
Okay.
And so, thank you. Which is not easy, but I think that for me, with my business, what I want to do is I really want to have my own school because I think that there's some issues within our education system that we don't address because it's government funded. So there's a lot of different things that we can and can't do. And so I want to privately own my own organization. So I gotta create wealth for that for myself.
Teachers need to get paid more.
They do. I
Teachers
agree.
need to get paid more.
I agree. All the stuff that we deal with and now with phones and it's a lot. But yes, I agree. Yes, we need to get paid more.
JB?
So you got the book for the young ladies. Do young boys read this book too, or it's not for them?
I'm not gonna say it's not for them, but I'm actually so funny. I'm actually torn with the idea of doing something for guys to address guys, but it won't just be my perspective. I'll partner up with some guys and some men that I value in my life and try to come up with a sequel to the Material Girl to address some of the issues that men face in the society, especially African American men, especially with materialism and how men are taught to be the breadwinner, but what does that really mean? Because people are going to risk lives to just get money. So is that really what breadwinning means? So I'm actually thinking about doing something for the guys.
Okay. Well, if you need me for a chapter,
okay, I have you. Okay.
Yeah, just let me know. Chapter 10 or whatever, I got you.
All right. What would the title be?
It's in the process.
Okay, it's in the process.
I'm gonna text you this week. I'm gonna text you this week. Yeah, I'm gonna text you this week a title for the chapter.
All right. So
also,
no,
I know a lot of young ladies. You talk to them. So anything coming up this summer for the ladies? Book club or any type of thing.
Well, I have something called. Well, right now I do my Monday minutes. I do it. Well, I just changed the setting. I'll be doing it every other week. First and third Monday, I do a video. I normally do a live on my Instagram and Facebook. Different topics. I talk about different things. But I have the Material Girl Experience that I'll be launching the end of this summer, hopefully August. 2018, and what it'll be is basically like some group of girls coming together, mentoring. I'll have some of the girls that I've mentored in the past come in and talk and share their stories. We'll do different activities and just kind of help give back to other young girls and just mentor and partner girls together so they can have someone that they can go through life with and share their experiences and just help motivate them to grow and stuff like that. So yes, I will be, and all information will be on my website. You can go to mudiwanoel.com. Also follow me on Instagram at Mudiwa Noel or Facebook at Mudiwa Johnson.
I see you blending with the watch and the shoes
and the shirt. Okay, yeah.
Material guy.
Material girl.
All right, well, if you need the Huddle to come through and cover your event, just let us know. We'll gladly do that. All right.
Thank you.
So, again, a round of applause for this very,
One last
very
question. I'm sorry. One last question. What's your favorite football team?
Okay, so.
You know where you live at.
I do.
What's your favorite team?
So this is the tricky, because I want to pay homage to my, my home team.
Right.
But for a long time,
Okay.
my favorite team was the Steelers.
Okay, okay. We can live with that.
Okay.
We can live with that.
I did. I really liked them.
They thought you was gonna say the Redskins.
Yeah. I like the. I always support the home team, but I do like the Steelers.
We need a chapter in your book called Pick a Team.
Pick a team? No, I love them all. Why can't I just love them all?
But you live in Baltimore.
I definitely don't go with the Ravens. Like, that ain't I live in Baltimore.
We apologize, Ravens fans.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I apologize for living in Baltimore.
So, man, that's tough. So look, let's move into these sports real quick. Do you watch sports?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I know a little bit.
All right. So panel, playoffs are going on, and there's been a discussion throughout the year. Who's the rookie of the year? Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. Both of them won their very first playoff series, tough series. Both of them played in. And let me just run some numbers by y'all real quick. Ben Simmons had in the series averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Donovan Mitchell averaged 28 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Which one of these two young men increased their chances to win Rookie of the Year because of these series?
For me, I'm gonna say Ben Simmons because they went 4-1. They got him up out of there, and even though his points not adding up, he do the intangibles that you need to win games. So that's why I'm gonna pick him.
Like what? Intangibles like what?
Like get the hustle buckets or the hustle rebounds. He give you that block you need or that pick that you need to get the bucket. So
it's not all about the points, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about the relationships
that
you create on the court with these team members.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Charlie? What's your thoughts on?
I think Mitchell because like last night when Golden State did a Rondo, they backed off him and said, okay, Rondo, shoot the shot. Simmons can't shoot a jumper. Mitchell can. So what they need to do in the second round is back off Simmons and like, okay, only thing you do is penetrate. So let me back up and give you a wild wing jumper and cover the corners. So that's why I say Mitchell, because Mitchell can score, drive, shoot the jumper, shoot threes.
Yeah, I watched both series. They both made a really good case. The only reason I give Mitchell a slight edge is because he beat a tough team. Miami really can't score. I mean, I was shocked. Miami, shout out to the Heat. We doing bad, but we don't score enough buckets.
That's true.
So they were out of character, actually kind of keeping up most of the majority of those games. But OKC, they scored. And he beat 3 All-Stars.
Right. Yes, he did.
3 All-Stars.
2.5.
Yeah, you're right. 2.5. Melo don't want to come off the bench next year. I don't know. He about to be AI.
But who you gonna leave open if Simmons had a jumper or Mitchell? Who you gonna leave open first to shoot the jumper?
You're gonna leave Simmons open, but here's the downside. Whoever you put on Simmons, he can post. So
good comeback. Good comeback.
So that's cool. Gotcha. So next, Chris Webber had some choice words for Draymond, basically saying he wouldn't have been a starter on majority of the teams in the league. The way he plays basketball. And Draymond had some choice words to say back and say, look, that's not my job on this team. I'm a role player. I help run the offense. I play good defense, rebound well. That's what it calls me for me to do. If I'm a scorer, it would mess up the flow of the team. Then he hit him with the jab. He said, plus my jewelry fits well because he won rings and Webber didn't.
This is true.
Our commentators, ex-players that are now commentators, are they saying too many wow factor comments for shock value? Considering they didn't like people, Chris Webber definitely didn't like people coming at him in the media back in the day. So is it going too far at this point? Are they still looking for that limelight, get that thrill that they had as a player?
I'm gonna say for some of them, I say yeah, like Charles Barkley always saying wild stuff. Paul Pierce, he always Chris Webber every now and then. But I mean, I ain't mad at the Draymond comment because he wouldn't start on.
Why wouldn't?
Not so when he came in the league,
he was a scorer.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have started on other teams that had a solid big man. Like a lot of teams don't have a solid big man, and for their team, he fits with what they got because they got shooters, and he's the glue, so he fit for them. I just don't think he'd fit for everybody, but I wouldn't have dogged him out like Webber. Just because Webber basically said you a bum. That's basically what he said.
Webber, the person who started what Draymond does now, shooting jumpers at the 4.
Mm-hmm.
What you think, Charlie?
Ask Miss J, do you watch basketball that much?
A little bit, but I don't. I think that if they're a commentator, that's their job. Their job is to entertain. So they're there to serve a purpose. So whether they jabbing at each other or not, they're there to serve a purpose. So I think that that's a part of what they do now. It's a part of their job. And I think, not to say they can't go without it, I'm just saying that I think that you see it often with commentators that used to play in
So
the
do you
league.
think they hate on each other?
No, I think it's like fun banter. It's like, the rap battles. Like, it's like we just go and mess with each other. Like, I think it's not like, but it's like it's expected. I don't think that it's disrespectful. I don't know. Some of them, I think it can turn that way, but I don't think they take it to heart, especially if you're making money either way.
Well,
this is true.
Yeah, Draymond, he did a high roll. He's like, my jewelry fit.
That's the baseline.
Yeah.
Drop the mic. That was a jab.
Drop the mic.
So my thing is this. So for me, I always look at when people throw stones and they forget where they came from, things they've been involved with. So for me, Chris Webber's still salty about the stuff with the Fab Five.
Oh yeah.
So you don't need to take no shit. Not even that. Just the whole how he handled he wanted to get paid as a player, and he got all hemmed up, and he blamed some of the teammates because they ain't saying about because he lied about it. They was like, just tell the truth. Mm-hmm. So he's still beefing with Jalen Rose, But if somebody but when people ask him to talk about it, he don't want to talk about that.
He's stuck to his story.
But you can throw this jab at this brother.
If you got caught out there, will you stick to your story?
Hmm?
If you got caught out there, will you stick to your story?
He can't get prosecuted. He ain't made his money. I don't care.
Will you get caught out there?
He ain't want to do the Fab Five video documentary. He's salty in these streets. So,
but I will say, people like Draymond that play his style of basketball is needed.
Oh yeah.
And you seen that with Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace,
Wow.
So
Ben Wallace, yeah.
So, and this is the thing. So, Dennis Rodman, for instance, just like Draymond, was a scorer in college. Draymond can score the bucket, and I think he can fit a lot of teams in this respect of they want a power forward now to shoot. Mm-hmm. He can do that.
But would he be an all-star like?
He would. He passes up so many shots.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a good
look. You still
look.
gotta respect him. He definitely drop the 3, or he could go to the paint and score on you and get the
He
rebound.
will score. He will score if you leave him open. He will shoot the 3.
Right.
Okay. So, do you have a favorite basketball team, man?
I do.
Who?
Golden State.
Oh,
See, let me tell you this though. Let me tell you this, because don't think because they start winning. I like them before they started winning. I like them because of Stephen Curry. I'm going to be honest. I watched something. It was like a documentary they did on him or something before they became like Golden State. Mm-hmm. Before they won.
They was Golden State when they beat Dallas.
No, I'm saying before they actually like everybody started kind of like hyping them because they were winning the playoffs. So I really liked his work ethic and how he was a team player. So
you think Dwayne Wade should retire?
When it's time, it's time.
Alright, and on that note, it's actually time for us to go to commercial. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you after these.
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Buy the book.
Yes.
right, and we're back. Welcome to the Huddle, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Huddle.
All right, so we're gonna jump right back into these sports.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Wilder, you know what I'm saying, one of the heavyweight champs. It's been in the news that he wants to, get a bout with Anthony Joseph, and he gave him an offer. Him and his camp said, "Look, man, we trying to get this fight going. $50 million for he wants it to be a unification bout. Do y'all think that's a fair deal to Mr. Joseph? And would you take it if you was him?"
I'll let you go first, Charlie.
Actually, I'm surprised Wilder even talking to about boxing him. Wilder, what, he 40-0?
Man,
40-0, but he number 2.
And Johnson only 21-0. I mean,
but he
you not on my level.
Hey.
I mean,
he been in the game. He been in the game for a while. A lot of people don't know Wilder been boxing for about 10 years at least.
But they a difference of 3 age.
Hey.
But Wilder is 32. Johnson been 28.
Hey.
And I have 20 fights more than you. Hey. So you're not on my level.
I am, because I'm ranked number 1 and you're number 2.
Yeah, they got to fight now.
But you're not on my level. I have 40 fights, 39 KO.
So look, it's 50 million fair. That's what we want to know.
Oh damn.
Is 50 million fair to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely do that. Definitely.
So let me throw this little clause in there. So Joshua also, in the clause, Wilder's cap is like, if he wins, there's not necessarily, he want a no rematch clause. He don't have to give him a rematch. So basically, Wilder win, he get all the belts, and now I run stuff. You don't even have a chance to get another fight if I don't feel like fighting. Mm-hmm. So is it fair to you? Is that a fair deal?
Not fair. So for 50 million, when you look at the money that boxers making on these pay-per-views and stuff, 50 million is like $5 for real. Like, that ain't no bread once you pay everybody that that you gotta pay. But 50 million when people getting 600 and 500 million, nah. Plus, I can't rematch you if I lose. Not saying I'ma lose, but I still want the option, because the thing is, if I win, you gonna want a rematch. So I wouldn't take that deal.
So as far as the bread is concerned, unfortunately, the heavyweight division is rather lackluster. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know if everybody, if promoters and everything are willing to back it with the kind of like Mayweather type money.
Right, but I think they can come up off 50 million. Like, I think they can do
better
than 50 million.
Would you like 100, 150?
Yeah, that's
so Mayweather went 50-0, right?
Hmm?
Mayweather went 50-0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So basically, if I'm Wilder, I'll be like, I'm 10 fights, victories from being 11 to be 51-0 and have the best record.
You talking about Joshua?
Yeah, had the best record ever. No, Wilder, he's 40-0.
Nah, Wilder is only like 21 and.
Okay.
Yeah, Joshua got 41. Joshua that took down. He collected 4 of the belts.
Right.
He the person who beat Klitschko. Now, granted, Klitschko was a little older, but he won. Knocked him down too. Klitschko don't get knocked down. He did it.
Wow.
So, I mean, we'll hopefully the bout does get created. They sign it and get it done. They try to do it this year. By the end of this year, hopefully that works. Because I look forward to it. Also, since we're talking about boxing real quick, want to give a shout out to young brother out of Ghana. Watched the fight last night on Top Rank on ESPN.
Okay.
He won the junior welterweight championship from Jesse Magladon. I think I said it right. Man, that was a heck of a fight. He got dropped in the first round.
Really?
I was like, oh, he's done. And then he came back. I said, oh, this brother's from the motherland. So he came back. He dropped Cuz 3 times. Wow. He dropped Jesse 3 times and won it. I mean, talk trash and backed it up. So shout out to that young brother. He is the youngest champion from Ghana in history. He's 23 years old. So shout out to the young man.
Congratulations.
That's a good list.
Yeah. So real quick, you see, I got my draft hat on. You know what I'm saying? Got drafted to be the host since my man Neil got to handle some things. Shout out to Neil, y'all. You know what I'm saying? um, so NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
What was the wildest trade that took place in the draft for you? Just any team, no matter if it was picks, a current player, or to get a player that was drafted. What was the team throughout the draft?
Well, I don't know if it's the wildest,
I mean, it could be just
but
for you.
from what I've seen, because I don't really watch the draft like that, but I go in and out the draft, get out the draft, see what's going on. I know
Uh-huh.
picking up Terrell Edmonds was a surprise pick, taking a safety because they was I forgot the guy's name. They was projected to take, well, the three people that was projected to go before him, but him getting picked was, but they expected him to, shut stuff down. So we're gonna see if their predictions on his talent
Went
is
to the
gonna
right
come to light.
team. They teach you well there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Charlie?
Well, first, Baker Mayfield, the first overall pick, his history in college.
Speak.
So let's leave that story alone.
Nah, that's
No, but I'm happy for Justin Reed. Eric Reed, brother.
Oh, okay.
He actually got picked up by the Houston Texans, the 68th pick, and I think Houston picked up a great pick with him. The Bama run a 4.4 in a 40, and he's a safety, a 4.4.
Hey.
So he's gonna be hitting Bama. Imagine your older brother, Eric Reed, teaching you.
Gonna be hitting Babbas?
Man, it's chill, no homo. No homo. But think about that. Eric Reed, he has his older brother to lean on and tell you how to play that position. He's gonna be vicious. That's a great pick.
Interesting comments about Charlie P. So moving right along, I got two different surprises from the draft, man.
What's number one?
Number one, Saints did some trades to move up in the draft, and they picked defensive end. I just slipped my mind. But he's out of the University of San Antonio. I was shocked, honestly, because I felt like, man, maybe they're gonna go get another wide receiver to help Drew Brees in his last days, so to speak, or like another linebacker or something to help out the D-backs and everything on the defense. But I mean, obviously they saw something on tape that a lot of people didn't see, and they went with that pick. The second thing that surprised me, man, honestly, is the Redskins. Man, they drafted well. I was a little upset. I'm not gonna. You see the star. See the star. I was a little upset. I was like, oh, they got him too. Oh, and him. So they got some good picks, and a lot of people don't know. So can't believe I'm about to say this. Shout out to the Redskins for drafting a lot of HBCU players. After the draft, they picked up players after the draft. They picked up a lot of HBCU. I think about 2 or 3, and they are known for that. They've had players previously from Bowie State, Morgan State. They went further south this year, some of those schools. So that definitely surprised me. All right, so
I will say the pick that I was proud of was what's his name? Shaquem.
Oh, Griffin.
Shaq Griffin.
Yeah.
The one with the
hand.
because his numbers.
Oh, he vicious.
Granted, his.
Yeah, he vicious.
But his numbers speak for itself.
So he's real good on what they were saying is, and what I've seen from the games, he's real good on special teams, and he's really good. He's real fast, so he's good at like rushing the passer, and then breaking through the ranks to get a runner on the rush plays. It's going to be a little. He will have to play certain positions on special teams until he ups his game, because it's going to be a little tougher on special teams, faster in the league. So that's definitely a good story, man. The brother worked hard.
Yeah.
He able to play with his brother again.
He put the work in. His numbers speak for itself.
Yeah, running 4 threes at linebacker.
Yeah, he ran the same numbers his brother did.
Right, and he a wide receiver.
Exact same.
That's it.
So what do you think about Lamar Jackson?
Hey man, look, Baltimore, they gonna come up. Ozzie Newsome usually know what he's doing, to be honest with you. And
so you think Flacco is done?
Pretty much. I mean, he can't stay on the field now. Can't stay on the field. The game is changing away from Flacco.
Right.
Because The personnel they're bringing in doesn't match what he. Flacco needs a running back that catch the football out the backfield. They ain't had that since Ray Rice.
So why they bringing in RG3?
They brought in RG3 because they needed another QB.
So you think he's going? That's a great competition right there. You got Lamar Jackson, RG3, and you got Flacco.
Lamar the future.
Lamar
They
the
already
future.
said like that's who they want to take over.
Lamar the future, and honestly, RG3 was a similar type of player. So you can use him to help too.
So if Flacco get hurt, then you turn around and go with RG3 first, then Lamar Jackson next year,
That
2019.
knowing that team, the way they develop players, that's probably what they're gonna do.
Okay.
They are pretty smart.
No sense in rushing it.
So the mistake a lot of teams do make, they get a high draft pick, and they immediately want to throw them in the 5, and then they burn them out.
Yeah.
You don't have, they don't have the same kind of blocking. Flacco getting dogged back there. So
that's why he can't stay on the field.
So Lamar, you don't want to put a rookie back there to get dogged too.
Right.
Then he loses confidence. Then you're right back in the same position in 2-3 years, drafting another quarterback. Browns know that well. So
yeah, they do.
All right. So next topic. College basketball. The College Basketball Commission has proposed several major rule changes. I'm gonna read them off, and then we can, discuss 2 to 3. One is to end the one and done rule for college players to go to the NBA, straight from high school to the NBA. They see how it's affecting college basketball. People have to retool pretty much every year. It's also kind of hurting the game because the quality of players going down. Not because these kids are talented, but they don't have enough experience. So I mean, the tournament is still good, but some of the conference play, some of the non-conference play games are going down a bit. Uh, 2, undrafted underclassmen can return to school if they don't get drafted or if they want to, remove themselves from the draft.
I mentioned that. We talked about that one time. I think it's cool.
Yeah. So then they said agents should be allowed to the players.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, I don't know about that.
Well, for the draft, because I think the clause was if you didn't get an agent at one point, then
you couldn't enter the draft.
You could no, you were safe. You were a little bit safer. I forget the rule, but you still need to be guided. You know what I'm saying? For increase the enforcement penalty. So these schools is doing wild stuff. They actually going to increase it and actually enforce it. They're proposing to do it. They've been real lenient. And that's kind of brought the problems. 5, they want to overhaul AAU. They know the problems with the shoe companies pretty much running the game. So they're proposing to create their own league to rival it and start to generate the players, get the players to come in. And of course, it'll probably help you get more looks from colleges because now the schools are involved with that directly
I'm with that.
more than the AAU.
I'm with that though.
So
USA basketball, NCAA, and NBA coming together. I'm with that.
I mean, hopefully that will help the high school ranks a lot more and get their respect back that AAU kind of snatched away from it in a sense.
Because now I ain't trying to go get these, I ain't trying to just play just so I can get on AAU and get Nikes or whatever. Now I'm putting my work in.
So you think if college players, the basketball players, getting paid, they focus more on their education instead of just worrying about just going to school and try to hopefully get an NBA?
I don't know. We need to ask Sarah Jenkins because apparently they paying their players now.
I think some would though. Like if I don't got to worry about eating and I can get this education and eat, like I might stay. I might stay a little longer.
Right.
Or at least get some degree, some type of degree, and then roll.
Well, I personally think if they end in one and done, it'll weed out some of the issues because folks that choose to go to college, you want to go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you're going to stay all 4 years.
Yeah.
You might do 2, you might do 3, but it gives a chance.
But you want to be there.
You want to be there. It gives a chance a player to fully develop. There's a lot of dudes going to the league that's not developed at all.
Do you think it's actually hurting, because if you go one and done, you think you're ready for the NBA out of high school, you're not ready, you pass up a chance to get an education.
Yeah, but you're doing the same thing if you go one and done.
Yeah,
You ain't
when you
getting no
one and done, it's the
education.
same scenario. All you did was just go kicking at school.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't
And
doing
making
they
the school money, right?
Yeah.
right. They just
That's
kicking
it.
it at school. So there's so many scouts, advisors, and everything that let these kids know if they truly are able to go straight to the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was perfectly fine before. It was. There's always going to be some that make it and some that don't. That's never going to change.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's people who do one and done. Some that make it, some that don't.
So if you had a son that you said, son, go to college, get your education, and you go to NBA, that's fine. Or you want to go straight to NBA, what
I
would you do?
personally would want them to go to college for two reasons.
Okay.
One for the education, two for the development.
Okay.
I need you to get as much experience and get developed. I'm not saying you need to stay all 4 years. If you really that nice
Mm-hmm.
and you develop that way, you do three. Do three because you now you got credits. Now you got credits where you can you know what I'm saying, finish school later.
Mm-hmm.
But look, it is what it is.
Hey, comment. Let us know on our IG or Facebook. Let us know what you think. Also, like, share, subscribe. We be back after these commercials.
Got you.
Something. Welcome back to the Huddle. We in this thing. You know, we got the beauty and brains on deck. This week we got University of Kentucky, Miss Leah Edmond, volleyball player, 6'2", blocking everything that Charlie got to throw up. You don't want to see her on the volleyball court, Charlie, or the basketball court. She
Vicious, huh?
shutting you down.
She look like she got a little spring in the jump because seen a couple of highlights where she do some spikes and I was like,
Oh yeah.
So would you actually play her basketball? She's like, let's get out there on the court and see what you can do.
oh, I give her
Yes.
some buckets. I mean, this ain't
I
volleyball.
make sure ain't no cameras out there, but
Nah, she
yeah.
get work easily.
But what about the volleyball court? Will you get out there with her?
I play
Nah.
volleyball too.
Beach volleyball? Yeah.
I play volleyball with her. My sister used to play volleyball, so
Oh, yeah,
you know
the
I used to
intangibles or
yeah,
whatever.
You know, like I'm out here, you know.
Oh, why?
You know?
Oh, why?
But I ain't, I ain't gonna duck the wreck. But that's our beauty and brains this week. Miss
Okay.
Leah Edmonds,
Okay.
6'2" on her. Yeah.
Okay.
What you got for that 2-minute warning though, Charlie P? What you got for us?
Well, I was called a hater for this one because your boy Meek Mill, he got out of jail. Congratulations to you, felon. But feeling,
That do sound like a little hate.
but Philly sitting and celebrating the dude, the Bama. Why should you celebrate a felon? I mean, he was arrested first in 2008, gun charge. Then 12, some little BS about weed. Then again, 14, 16. Why are we actually celebrating this Bama ringing the bell in Philly?
Because he should have had bail. That's the whole thing. If they would have gave him bail, he would have been able to get out on bail. People probably wouldn't be acting like this. But because they denied him bail for so long, that's why people was upset.
But Judge Brinkley told him 2 or 3 times, you cannot leave Philly. And he's still like, I'm going to do what I need to do. He's a felon. So why he's being celebrated?
Because that's the American way. People celebrate Al Capone, Scarface, even though it was fictional, Frank White. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Baker Mayfield just got drafted #1. He just got arrested.
Exactly.
This is what Americans do.
Show love, B.
If you want justice, leave America. Because it ain't happening, B.
This Bama can't get a government job. He got a felon.
He don't need a government job. Well, did Meek did he do something to you?
Did he take your girl? He took one of your jokes.
He took my. No, man.
Okay, hold
I
that.
can't stand for
Okay.
Josh Allen, the Wyoming quarterback, those racist statements, those tweets that he made. If you was a team, he actually got drafted by the Bills. If he came in the locker room, what would you want him to say to you?
Oh, if I was one of the teammates?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to have to address the team as a whole.
He's going to have to.
Going to have to.
How? I mean,
they all when they do the team meetings, they got everybody in one room. He gonna have to say something.
Yeah. The statement that he made was like he was talking about homosexual, talking about he used the N-word, discrimination against it.
Man, he gonna have a tough road regardless.
Yeah, Bama's ain't gonna fool with him off the break. He gonna have to earn their trust, but he gonna have a talk.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it because the team drafted him. So ain't nothing you can really do but go out there and do your job.
That's your coworker. You ain't gotta like him.
Yeah, you ain't gotta like him. You ain't gotta talk to him.
You gotta block for him.
That's right.
You gotta do your job.
That's your job.
But if he's so-called racist, then redneck.
I'm pretty sure you work with somebody that you know racist, but you still send that email.
You gotta get your check. As long as he not stopping you from getting your check, you good. Get your check. Because if you start slacking, now your check is affected.
Because of
keep getting them checks, B.
Checks, B.
You got anything else for us, Charlie?
Yeah, one last topic. Reuben Foster, the linebacker from San Francisco. His ex-girlfriend claimed that he abused her, domestic violence. Now he about to get cut from the 49ers, also lose his endorsement. She recanted her story. Should she be held accountable for this?
Yes.
How?
Everything I was about to lose, you gotta pay me. People gotta stop lying with people's livelihood,
or get put in jail 30 days, yeah?
Something.
Because my thing is, granted, yes, that's serious business, so I get it. And if it's true, if it was true, legit, then yes. Come out, speak about it, charge me, whatever case may be. But don't do that and it's not legit, because now my whole livelihood, my family is gone. I'm supporting, I'm supporting people, and now you could jeopardize all that. And even though it's not true, people still gonna look at me sideways, even though it's not true, because the accusation was out there.
Wow.
It's just not a good look.
Me personally, I think she should, like 30 days in jail, and also pay some fines because she actually messed up his livelihood now.
We gotta start holding these women accountable, man.
The ones that's lying.
Yeah.
The ones that's lying.
Because if nothing, so the thing is, nothing happening to these women, and people just keep doing it. So if stuff start happening to them that's lying, not the ones telling the truth, but the ones that's lying blatantly, stuff start happening to them, that's gonna lessen the issue for people that's really causing problems. Because now, if you lying or all these other people lying, I'm not going. If I'm a judge or whoever, I'm not going to really be on your side now because I know you've been lying 8 times. Now this time you telling the truth, I'm not going to believe it. That cry wolf type of thing.
You know what? This is a hot topic. The Me Too movement.
Mm-hmm.
This situation, do you think that helped or affect the Me Too movement?
I don't think it's a part of it. Me personally.
Yeah,
If you just blatantly lying, you know, it's a whole different situation.
Okay.
Me
man.
too. You know, they got a movement going on. That's a good movement.
Yes, it is.
It's
But
history with their cause, you know.
but
But
I
you
don't think
still
it's
have
wrong.
women out there who's lying on the
It's
situation.
it's always a bad apple, no matter what
Yeah.
situation.
Every situation, every incident is going to be a negative to it at some point. A bad apple, like Mike said. There's no way to stop that.
But once again, Charlie P support the Me Too movement. Let it be known. I
Once again,
support it.
Charlie P.
So I'm running for office or something.
Yeah,
Man.
trying to be a congressman.
Not yet.
Okay.
Back to you, Blay.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, look, we enjoyed this show today. We enjoyed Miss Noel for coming on and talking about her book and what she does for these young women out here. Please uh, subscribe to the Huddle if you already have not, and
Mhm.
click the bell so you can get the notification to let you know we're going live.
What's up?
Oh,
Go ahead. You
Well,
first.
before we close out,
uh,
give a little reminder just in case y'all not ready. Hey, it's Mother's Day coming up in 2 weeks, so go ahead and get y'all cards, y'all gifts, y'all flowers. Just a little reminder for y'all fellas.
Kickball. What's up with the kickball tournament?
with that ain't nowhere near yet. We'll address that when we have no logistics on the kickball,
Okay.
but we will do kickball this summer. But thank y'all for viewing, and let's huddle up.
Got you.